So we got something extremely important to talk about, and it's right here behind this garage door, and that is super shining and brightness. Hold on, let's change this up real quick. So we're talking about something extremely important today. It's how to run your videography / photography business successfully. What does it take to get started, and where do I start? So I'll talk about my journey first, then I'll bring you on what you're supposed to be doing, and then we'll talk about what we're all supposed to be doing together, about how to get these clients, how to grow this business. But stay tuned for the video. Stay tuned for more videos just like this. So like, comment, subscribe to your boy One Shot Nas, because we're going to talk about how to grow your business and how to get your first client in your videography / photography company. So let's do some really hard work by cutting the grass and using grass cutting as an example. So let's go. So we're about to cut this grass. We're gonna use cutting grass as an opportunity to explain to you guys how to run your videography business more smoothly. And we're gonna cut grass because hard work shows consistency, and it shows that you can do something until the end to get a really great result, which that's what we wanna do, make great products and sell these products. So running a business by yourself is not easy, and I'm gonna talk to you guys about the basic startup things that you need to do to running your video business or your photo business that most people be gatekeeping. So let's talk about it a little bit more. Let's get this lawnmower turned on. First thing that you wanna look at in your video business or your photography business is, why am I getting into business? Am I getting into business because I'm good at video? Am I good at something particular in video? Am I a creative? Because that plays a big factor. A lot of people can't be videographers. A lot of people can't be photographers, but a lot of people can do sound. A lot of people can do lighting. You know, a lot of people can't be in freelance. A lot of people can be directors and producers, but we don't talk about that a lot or enough to convince somebody that, hey bro, you could do sound. So let's ask the question. First question is, what am I doing this for? What is the goal? And what is this business that I'm joining? Because we got to really define it and really figure out what is the business that we're trying to join and that we're trying to do. And it might not just be video, all right? So let's cut this grass real quick. We just put this gas in there and now my hands smell like gas. So let's gas it up. So picking your business and knowing exactly what you're doing in your business does take time. It is not going to be something that you get today. It's probably not going to be something that you get for the next 2-3 years, but it is good to figure out what is the first thing that I'm actually like extremely good at. I'll give you mine. Mine is event videography, but it took me almost 4 years to figure out that it was events, and that events is something that I could take a discount on, something equipment-wise that was easier and more and better for me to operate. And that's how I started and how I ended up getting my house. The second thing we got to talk about outside of just figuring out what we want to do in this business, because obviously we want to start something new, and starting something new, we have to figure out how much does it cost for us to do it? How do we make money with this? What's the foundation of the financial part of this business? Because we're getting into business, but we're not getting into business talking about how to go broke. We're getting into business talking about how to make a whole lot of money. So in making a whole lot of money, the niche that you just pick, video or photo, which one you want to make some money from? Because they both make money, but they make two different kinds of money, and you can both marry them together and make more money because two incomes are better than one, just like marriage. That's why we said marrying both industries and putting them together. So you pick your choice, but let's cut this grass. So just like that, you can have a finished lawn, just like you have a finished business. But that was just the one part of this business, which was just cutting and putting the grass down. But we have to make sure we're structuring through our business, right? We talked about picking the industry, photo, video. We talked about making sure we want financial stability. Now we get to talk about the services that you do. Because remember, we knocked down some, right? But we got edging, we got maintaining, we got landscaping part, this is all landscaping, but we got so many parts of this business. And then remember, we're still not finished with the first part, and that was getting the mold done or the entire structure of the house. So we got more work to do. So the third thing that I'm gonna leave you with is, what is your specialty? Your specialty, to me, will talk to the client more than the thing that you want to push when it comes to the all-around business. We need to talk about your specialty, because your specialty is something that you can charge for right now that you can literally make money from tomorrow. So we want to make money tomorrow, and we want to make money in the long run. So keep the business growing in the long run, but make sure you have a specialty product that you can talk about, you can push the most, you can do the quickest, you can be the most efficient at, because we want to make the money and we want to have the clients. We want to make the money tomorrow, have the clients right now. So how do we get the clients? We get them by making sure we are in a specialty, so we can make sure we close, continue through a client, and make sure that that client knows exactly what they're getting, because this is the best thing that I'm best at. So let's continuously keep cutting this grass, because we ain't finished this one specialty, and that's just mowing it. And that's actually not my grass specialty. So let's keep going. All right, guys, let's get her done. Man, this part of the front yard is huge. I connect to the street, Main Street, and this is like a lot of grass. Make sure your client knows exactly what you do. We got to be special. We got to make sure that when we do video or photo is intentional, that we're helping a company do something. So again, going into your specialty, ask yourself all these questions. What am I here to help with? What am I doing? How am I helping? What am I bringing to the table? You're not just bringing a camera and a lens. You're bringing a marketing strategy. You're building a brand. You're helping a client become more wealthy, as helping yourself become more wealthy. So what are we doing? You know, and let's ask ourselves this question in our journey to really building a big brand in our video business. And again, what did you ask yourself? What is your niche? Is it video? Is it photo? Is it lighting? Is it sound? Freelancers are different, and client agency people are different. That might be another video for another day, but we're gonna hit the second part, because we're still layering off parts of our business to help finish this product and let the client, who is me, get what they need done. So hopefully you have some time to sit down and figure out, of course, why you're in business, your financial stability, your niche, and your specialty. Now we're gonna talk about your equipment and things that you need for investment terms. So people always say you need to have money to make money, and I completely agree with that. If you do not have a camera, you're not probably gonna make any money. If you don't have any lenses, audio, editing equipment, you're probably not gonna make any money, but it's okay, because that is why the fourth thing is research. Make sure you are researching, and not just researching like, oh, which is the best camera? No, researching what camera can I use at this price point? What microphone can I use at this price point? Which one is the best budget out of the 3, 4, 5 different options that you have? Because we want to make sure we're getting the job done. This lawnmower might not be the most expensive lawnmower, but it's able to get this job done and make this house look great. So again, we want to make sure we're taking out the thought process as, oh, this is an industry, the industry that we're in. That's not true. No, not at all. It is not the industry that just we're in. It's in every industry. Make sure you do your research. Buy the equipment necessary, not that you want. The equipment that you want will make you have gear acquisition syndrome. The gear that you need will never make you feel like that, because you're gonna always have to use it. The FX30 that I bought is being used right now, no matter if it was the second camera or not. The first camera made me feel like, oh, this is a workhorse. I need a YouTube camera that can do B stuff with me, and the FX30 was that. And when I bought it originally, I felt like gear acquisition syndrome. I just wanted some new gear, and that it didn't help me out, but actually it did, because I'm able to shoot content now and have a fully rigged out FX30 sitting in the house somewhere, ready to go for actual production. And this one is ready to go for gimbal work, but we're also able to shoot content. So make sure you are researching. That is the fourth one. It is research. Research your industry, your needs, your wants, things that you need to figure out in the necessity balance bar, and balance out everything that you need, because you're going to need it. So you might as well figure out how you're going to get that director's monitor. Even though you don't have a director's monitor opportunity, you're gonna need it one day. So make sure you keep always on budget. You keep always in, I just need it done, and you're gonna get it done. Just make sure you get it done at the highest quality at the cheapest price. Even though people say that's stupid, but all cameras make good video, even phones. So let's get back to this yard. We got like a quarter hair left, so let's go. Man, I just got bit by a dang old wasp, man. No, I'm scared of everything. Look at my hand. Man, ow. I ain't never been bit by no wasp. It's all right, we got something for that. Look. Buyout, that's a part of our business. Research. Now, I'm glad I got this, because that was gonna stay hurting for a while, and they was gonna be alive. But I done found a little nest, now I'm finna kill him. Come on. Man, that hurt. Yeah, die. Yeah, die. Yeah, the whole area can get it. Yeah. Man, I'm talking about that almost ruined my day. I almost stopped making content for that. But what was the last one I said? Shoot, that took my whole thought process out of my hand, man. in my mind. Let me go back to my phone notes. I'm just playing, I ain't got no notes. Shit, that hurt. So now the next part of our video is about marketing. So marketing is not sales. Marketing is not just email. Marketing is the entire piece of outreach. You're finding new clients. You're trying to figure out who's the best client for you. You're trying to figure out how to get money and how to raise it as fast as possible, because you are a business who is trying to eat and make money. So how do you get your clients? And that goes to the 4 things we were talking about. So number 5 is client outreach. But you need to know 2 things: warm and cold clients. Your warm clients are your existing customer base. Your cold clients are the ones we're reaching out to get them from the cold market to the warm market. So we gotta make sure we up our warm market, keep our warm market awesome all the time with customer service, and then we gotta make sure we're focusing on our customer outreach, which is our cold market, and doing our cold market strategies, which could be like email marketing, ads. There are different things within marketing, but those are a couple of them that a lot of people know about. But the whole thing is, so pick some of those things, try them out, try them all out. Don't say you don't try them, because I tried ads for a long time, they worked, and then I tried them again, they didn't work for me. Then I was not gonna use what they call gig-based, and I actually started paying for warm leads. So I pay for warm leads, and they close a lot, and I would suggest you pay for some. We'll talk about some a little bit more, maybe a little bit later or in a different video, but Production Hub is one of them. So I'll give you one of those, and I'm not gonna gatekeep the rest of them, but I am gonna gatekeep the rest of them. Oh yeah, so, hold on. Water is needed. Water is needed. It's not easy. In your client outreach, that's the part that you're always gonna grow. You're always gonna have to keep doing. And client outreach is hard. It's not easy, it's never easy. It hasn't been easy for anybody, especially when they first started. And that's, I think, what takes a lot of business owners out of the game, is just that client startup, and they feel like it's a never-ending road of no's. But when you get your first yes, cherish it and do the good work behind it, and that good work is going to open up opportunities to do better work. And that's one thing I say about business, is in business it's always up and down, but if you continuously work hard, you're gonna create an up for you. You're working on uphill, you're not working downhill. Don't ever think it is. 9 to 5s are downhill. Entrepreneurship is uphill, so it's always uphill, but you always got to keep creating. And you see that I'm tired right now, is because I'm fighting it, but as an entrepreneur, I gotta keep creating. So if my creative work is cutting grass, then I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna do all the things we talked about in a business function standard, because I need to make sure I make the money. I'm good at what I do. There's nothing else that is out here stopping me but me. So I should get up and figure out what I need to do for myself to make more money, and to be financially stable, and to be financially free. You know, not even financially, but to be free. So we got some more grass to cut, man. This just reminds me of how hard it is to be, an entrepreneur every day. I can only imagine what, people who do landscaping feel when they're working all day. They probably feel it's easy, but as soon as they pull a camera out, then they feel like us. We all feel the same, no matter the industry. It's just the mindset. So keep your mindset strong, and keep friends in the industry, because they're gonna help you. So let's get back to this grass. Oh yeah, the next one is systems. What systems are you putting in place to help your business grow? And we talked about it a little bit. The systems, I use CRMs, the systems for editing, the systems for buying equipment, the systems for setting up your business, and that is one of the most main ones you gotta have. But I just didn't talk about that one first, because it's not something you need immediately, but to be honest, you need an $18 DBA. I know in Houston, we have $18 DBAs. Go get you a DBA, open it up, start the business. That's not that big of a deal, but I use DaVinci Resolve, which is an efficient system for me. I use FX30s because they're a very convenient camera. I use the Blackmagic 6K Pro when I want to get a little bit more in depth with stuff. I also use PayPal. I also use a company called Found to do my business accounting. I have a CPA, things like that. I have all these different things to help my business run smoothly. You should look into this to help your business run smoothly. All these things will always continue to upgrade, so remember that. Just know that when you buy it, first off, that it's going to be upgraded, and 2, that it's supposed to just be helping you. Even if you don't have the clientele to show forth, still let it help you, okay? We're gonna bring this to a conclusion, because a lot of things that we're talking about It's something that we can have a sit-down conversation about, and that we can compare other businesses to. Again, what business are you in? What's your financial stability? What research have you done? What is your niche? What is your market outreach? And what is your systems? Those are 7 things. And the last thing I'm gonna add, before we kind of just have a conclusion session, the last thing I'm gonna add is I'm gonna add mindset. Mindset. Now, a lot of people talk about mindset a lot, but I'm talking about mindset that you have to keep pushing. We talked about a small for a segment. I just got bit by a wasp. Now, if I was making money off this yard, would I let that stop me? And I can't, because I have to pay the bills. I have to be the provider for my family. Now, your reason might be, I'm sorry, mosquitoes are trying their best. Your reasoning might be different than mine, but you have to find your mindset and your reasons why you come out and you shoot video, you shoot photo, or you do any type of business every day. Let's talk about that. I'm gonna let you marinate on that for a second while we kill this last piece of grass. Let's talk about your mindset, because my mindset is I wanna finish this and I'm actually nowhere near done. So that means my mindset is longevity and always looking to the end, but having fun as we're doing it now. That's why we got the cameras out. So let's kill this last piece of grass. We're gonna conclude this video, but I want you guys to take home from this video, your business is gonna be hard to grow, period. No matter what business you start in, no matter where you go, your business is always gonna be hard to grow in, but you gotta be persistent. You have to be knowledgeable, you have to be disciplined, and you have to have determination to make sure you stay on top, or what you define as the top. The top is not always a penthouse and a boat. The top could just be a nice home, a family, you know, and able to lean on yourself when it's time to make money. But you got to make sure that you know that. You got to make sure that you stay researched, you stay knowing with equipment. You're on top of everything. I've heard so many stories about people saying they got phased out of business because they didn't know something. It's not nothing to do with the money. It's all something to do with the knowledge and the persistency. You have to make sure you're persistent, and you have to make sure that you stay grounded in knowing what you're doing. So make sure you do all 7 steps, because that is how you will grow, start your video and photo business. It's your boy One Shot Nas. You make sure you like, comment, subscribe to your boy One Shot Nas. We are going to finish this yard, and we're going to make sure we drop more content. So stay like, comment, and subscribing to your boy One Shot Nas. Stay tuned to your boy One Shot Nas. It is your boy One Shot Nas. Peace.